I'd like to welcome you to the McDonald's When I Grew Up speech contest, a cooperative effort between the Port Huron Area School District and the McDonald's restaurant chain. I'd like to review some of the highlights of the rules and regulations, although I will not take the time to review all of them since that has been done with the various teachers and with the students. The areas in which the students will be judged are content, creativity, expression, and stage presentation. Now, each of those areas is worth approximately 25 points, and it is very important for us to remember that one of the most important rules of all is that they cannot exceed 3 minutes. If at any time they exceed the 3 minutes, regardless of how well the speech is done, they will be disqualified, and that is a rule that will carry on through the regionals, and so we try to practice all the rules and qualifications that will allow our students to be successful at the regionals. So that you know what has happened in the preliminaries, each of these young people has been involved in a building contest and been pronounced champion of their particular grade for their particular building. And therefore, this is the district runoff. Moments ago, we chose the number and order of rotation in which they are going to be participating. In order to streamline it, we have learned that if we do not introduce the students individually but have them introduce themselves individually, it will go much faster and make it much more at ease for each and every person here. So we would like to welcome you. We appreciate you coming to show your interest, and probably there's no better way to say I care than for you to be in attendance. There is one other thing that we would like to promote and ask you to emphasize with your son or daughter, and that is the fact that they are all winners. The fact that they are here is extremely important. While they may not all be champions in this particular contest, they were all champions and they are all winners for sure. In case you're wondering how this fits into our curriculum, we're very pleased to tell you that it fits in very nicely with reading, writing, and speech. And in particular, we're concerned about the fact that this is an area that we have been trying to emphasize on a K-12 basis now for several years, and does keep us in compliance with Public Act 25 and the core curriculum, as well as the new legislation that has come out. So we're very pleased about this cooperative effort. At this point in time, I'll review with you quickly how we're going to operate today. We will start with the fourth graders, and as I mentioned, each of them knows the order in which they're to come. And then we'll move to the fifth graders. After that, we will take a few moments for the judges to tally their scores. The judge's decision is final. I'd like to introduce to you the judges at this time. We have Miss Sue Broadhagen from Channel 6 technician. We have Mrs. Mary Ann Foxley, our Channel 6 teacher. And we have Dr. S. Davis Smith, former principal of the Harrison School. We work very hard to keep the judges unbiased and knowledgeable, and we think that we have some excellent judges again this year, and they have been with us before. So once again, the judge's decision is final, and I must tell you frequently it's extremely close, and yet that is the reason for having judges to help us through these tough times should they occur. So, ladies and gentlemen, any questions? Then let the show begin, and we'll start with our first fourth grader. And when you come up to help the judges, would you be sure to say your name? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Christy Durst. When I grow up, I'd like to be a pediatrician. First, I'd have to finish elementary school. From there, I'd go to junior high. After that, I'd then apply in med school for 2 to 4 years. Then I'd have to take 4 more years of college. After that, I'd practice at different hospitals to be a pediatrician. Last, I'd have to take a test to get my license to be a doctor. You'd have to get good grades all through school. It takes a lot of hard work to become a doctor, lots of homework and a lot of studying too. You'd have to do well in all subjects, especially math and science. I'd like to be one because I like taking care of children. And I'd also like to be one because my parents told me to apply yourself, stay in school, and you will get a good job. I think it will be nice being a pediatrician because it will give me something to do. My children wouldn't have to go to a doctor because I'd take care of them. My role model is Dr. Kenneth Yost. He's my pediatrician. He's my favorite doctor because when you go there sick, you always leave feeling good inside. And I like going to him because he doesn't make going to the doctor so scary, so when I grow up, I'd like to be like him. That's why I want to be a pediatrician.
Good afternoon. My name is Jessica Evans, and I would like to graduate from the University of Michigan with a degree in teaching. I would like to be a teacher like Krista McAuliffe. Krista was born on September 2nd, 1948. She spent most of her youth in Framingham, Massachusetts, and She attended Framingham State College for 4 years and received her Bachelor of Arts degree. On August 23, 1970, she married Stephen McAuliffe. She had 2 children, Scott and Carolyn. Scott was born in 1975 and Carolyn was born in 1978. Kristen enrolled at Bowie State College in Maryland and earned her master's degree in education. She then spent 12 years teaching English and social studies. She figured she had taught over 1,500 students. She was drawn to teaching by the idea that she could influence so many students and that she could pass on to them life values as well as knowledge. In her own words, she said, "I touch the future I teach." Kristen McAuliffe joined the space program on July 19, 1985. She was to be the first private citizen in space. More than 10,000 teachers applied for this space program, but only one was selected. After months of training, on January 28, 1986, the Space Shuttle Challenger lifted off. Within 7 seconds, it had cleared the tower of Launch Pad 39B. Barely 74 seconds into the flight, smoke and fire had filled the sky. The space shuttle exploded, killing all 7 crew members. President Ronald Reagan told the families, "Your loved ones were daring and brave, and they had a special spirit that says, 'Give me a challenge and I will meet it with joy.' I would like to be a teacher so I could help students learn and improve their education. I have learned a lot from the teachers I have had at Michigami. Someday I would like to be the teacher that all of the students liked and learned from. And if one of my students were to become famous and have to write a speech, I would hope they'd write, 'And thanks to my teacher, Ms. Evans.' My parents agree with me that I would be a good teacher. Thank you."
My name is Amy Henderson. I want to be a veterinarian. I want to be a veterinarian because I like animals. I have liked animals ever since I was 2. I don't like snakes very much, but if I had to, I would handle them. If I had to put an animal to sleep, I would try to break the news to the owner as softly as I could. My role model is Dr. Real because he did all my dog's operations and he's a good doctor. It takes 2 years of college and 3 to 4 years of veterinarian school. I would like to have a veterinarian hospital in the country. I hope I can achieve my goal. Thank you for your time.
Good afternoon. Hi, my name is Jenny Johnson. I want to be a police officer because I've been wanting to be one all my life. A police officer is a really kind person, a person who likes to help people. I watch the TV show Cops all the time, so I know what a police officer does. So I want to be like Joe Dana. He comes to our school all the time. He came last Friday. I told him I wrote a speech at my school, and he told me to keep up the good work. Now let me tell you what a police officer does. A police officer helps people with crime and murders. I would help people in a crime or a murder. I would help them in an accident or if they got hurt really bad. A police officer is a very nice person. I am a very nice person, so I would be a good one. I would go to schools and tell them not to do drugs. And I would tell them to not do them because they're bad for them and they can kill them. If they challenge you into doing drugs, just say no. That's what I would tell them. You see my point? I don't just want to be a police officer to put on the flashes and ride in their cars. I want to be a loving, caring, trusting, and kind police officer like Joe Dana. He's a loving, caring, kind, and trusting police officer. Sometimes police officers can make mistakes, but they can fix them. Thank you.
My name is Bilal Saeed. I have a dream that one day I will be in the NBA and play as a guard for the Detroit Pistons. I'll put all my effort into be the best guard the Detroit Pistons ever had in their Hall of Fame. I will have to practice every day possible as hard as I can. I will have to enter camps, tournaments, and learn new plays and techniques. I will have to compete against some of the best players from different cities. I will have to play my best, try my hardest, and be aggressive. Even though I have lots of role models, the one I admire most is Hakeem Olajuwon. He's a starter for the Houston Rockets, a 7 feet and weighs about 250 pounds. He's the 4th best shooter in the NBA. Even though he's aggressive, he has an excellent sportsmanship. Even under pressure, he doesn't lose his temper. Do you think it's going to be easy to play like that? It will be interesting to travel around different cities in the U.S. I will get to meet some of the best basketball players in the NBA. I will also meet interesting people. As an NBA player, I will meet my fans, the press, and TV reporters. As family supports my dream all the way. They tell me, Bilal, if you can dream it, you can do it. Go for it. All the way to the NBA. We're with you. I know the competition is very hard, but I am determined to work harder to fulfill my dream. Right now, I can imagine myself with a Pistons jersey with my name and favorite number 34 written on it. I can see myself on the Palace of Auburn Hills, main floor, playing against the Bulls. I will enter charity games to help needy people so that they will no longer be needy. Thank you. My name is Bilal Saeed.
Have you ever wanted to become a doctor? I do. It's my goal of the future. Medicine is a very noble profession. I'd like to become a doctor because I can help sick and ill people. I can improve their health and save as many lives as possible. I can also serve poor and needy people. I would like to visit the nursing homes and help elderly people. I know becoming a doctor is not an easy task. I'll have to work hard in school from start to finish to get good grades. Then I'll have to work hard in college for 7 to 8 years. Then I'll become a doctor. The kind of doctor I want to become is a cardiologist. A cardiologist is a heart doctor. My role model is my dad. The reasons I would like to become like my dad is because he saves many lives, he saves many people who have heart problems. He's well respected by the community, and last, he has a very good and comfortable life.
Hi, my name is Tammy Ullman. When I grew up, I liked to be a registered nurse. A nurse is a person helping people when they have trouble helping themselves. I'll have 2 years of training. In the nursing college program, I'll be able to practice as a student nurse in a hospital setting, such as nursing home on different floors of the hospital. Each semester, I am in different areas of the hospital, such as operating room, baby floor, medical surgical floor, or going on cases with visiting nurses. After college, I need to apply to the state for my nursing license. I think of the hero in my life and making me see my goal as my mom. My mom is a student nurse and shows me what life may be like as a student nurse. She teaches me you can do anything you set your mind to. In choosing my goal, I know it will take a lot of hard work, but my goal in life is to help people in becoming a nurse. I know that I could fulfill that dream.
Hi, my name is Adam Roche. The national anthem begins. Our team is lined up, ready to play ball. I take my position in the field. Yes, my dream is to become a professional baseball player because it's fun, exciting, and gets paid a lot of money. The position I want to play is shortstop because a lot of balls are hit there and I'm good at it. The shortstop has to be good at catching and throwing the ball. A shortstop has to cover a base when the baseman needs to get the ball. A shortstop stands in between the second and third baseman. A shortstop has to make decisions such as tagging a runner or throwing the ball to the baseman and have him tag the base. If a ball is hit to second or third baseman, the shortstop has to back them up in case they miss the ball. A shortstop stands with both hands on both their knees so they can quickly move to either side. Some of the things I need to do to help achieve my dream is to practice playing baseball. Practice will help me with speed and accuracy of throwing. I also need to practice catching the ball. It will take a long time to develop my skills. I've played shortstop on a minor league baseball team for 4 years now. To help achieve my dream, I also need to get noticed. I plan to get noticed by professional scouts who go to college games to look for good players. Getting good grades in school is important so I can get a scholarship to attend a good college. There are many great shortstops such as Ozzie Smith, Barry Larkin, and Cal Ripken Jr., but my favorite is Travis Fryman. He's my favorite play for my favorite baseball team, the Detroit Tigers. Travis Fryman is famous for his great arm. I hope I can become a professional baseball player just like him.
My name is Amy Hart. When I grow up, I want to be a pediatrician. I was inspired by my Aunt Kathy, who is a nurse, and I would also like a career in the medical field. I want this career because I love to be around babies, and I want to see if I can take on the challenge. To be a pediatrician, it takes lots of training. You must study pediatrics, which is a branch of medicine concerned with children's health. Some diseases occur chiefly or only in children. Children are mentally and physically different than adults and therefore need to be treated differently. After graduating from medical school, you must go through at least 3 years of specialized training. To officially become a pediatrician, you must pass an exam given by the Pediatric Specialty Board. A pediatrician has a busy day. He or she has to take appointments first thing in the morning and give regular checkups all day. My dream is to open up my own office and run it successfully. Thank you.
My name is Greg Patterson. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor, just like one of my favorite uncles. His name is John Davis, and he is a surgeon at Cornell University in New York City. He is the chief trauma surgeon there. When he comes to my house in Michigan, I talk to him about becoming a doctor. He says you have to study very hard in school and get good grades to get into a good college. I am trying very hard to get a good grade so I can go to a good college and become a good doctor, so I can help people that are sick and hurt and doing something that I've always wanted to do. My uncle also teaches a class on medical technology. The adults he is teaching are graduating and will become doctors. Maybe I could go to his class after I get out of college. After you get out of college, you do not become a doctor right away. You have to be watched, and then you do surgery when you do surgery or work with with other patients injured. This is called an interning, and you get to work with patients then. Thank you for your time.
The FBI had just been called to where there's a bank robbery in progress. My partner and I just arrived at the crime scene where we believe 4 terrorists have taken over the bank and have hostages. One of the hostages just escaped from the back and told us there were 4 armed terrorists. From the descriptions the hostage gave us, we put the information into our computer and got the names and descriptions of the terrorists. We will use this information to plan our attack strategy because I am an FBI agent. As a special agent or investigator, I report on people who are suspected of crimes against the United States. I carry a gun. I don't wear a uniform, but I do carry identification. I have to live at least 200 miles away from my family for security reasons. The crime information that I collect goes to a crime lab in Washington, D.C., because I work for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. This information is top secret. I'm not allowed to tell any investigation information to any of my family members. During some investigations, my work is dangerous. It was not easy to become an FBI agent. J. Edgar Hoover is the one who made it hard to work at the FBI because you had to do a really good job. To get a job, you must be a U.S. citizen, at least 23 years old. Also, to get a job, you must be a graduate of law school or be able to speak a foreign language well, or have a bachelor's degree with a major in accounting, engineering, or computer science. Then you have to pass a lot of exams. I remember the final step, going to the FBI Training Academy in Quantico, Virginia. I learned a lot of FBI business like fingerprinting and how to use my gun. 1 year after that, my probation was finished, and I started as an FBI agent. And that's why I got here, to be outside this bank.
Paging Nurse Burgett, report to outpatient surgery immediately. As I arrive in OPS, I find the child has cut her foot and needs surgery. I quiet her fears and get her ready. What you just heard would be a usual occurrence if I fulfill my dream of becoming a registered nurse. Hello, my name is Katie Burgett, and I'm a student in Mrs. Birch's 5th grade class at Thomas Edison Elementary. In order to achieve my goal, I'll first have to finish high school, then go to college for 2 to 4 years. I can go to the college of my choice because most have nursing programs. Right now, I'm planning on going to Yale. The 2-year course will give me an associate's degree, and the 4-year course will give me a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing degree. Having a bachelor's degree can sometimes get me a better nursing job. After I graduate from either course, I still must pass a very, very difficult state board examination before I get my license to practice as a registered nurse. I'll have to know the anatomy and physiology of the human body, or in other words, what the body is made of and how the systems of the body function. I'll have to memorize the name, position, and function of each bone and muscle in the human body. I'll have to be good in math so I can accurately measure medicine doses. Nurses have many choices of where they can practice, such as a hospital, a nursing home, a doctor, or teach in a college nursing program. Good nurses can find a job most anywhere in the USA because good nurses are always in high demand. Nurses in the hospital can also choose to specialize in a certain area of work, such as the operating room, helping the doctors, the emergency room, intensive care unit, or outpatient surgery. This is here I would like to work in. It's the cleanest. Some of these areas require special training after graduation. Nursing has other benefits, such as keeping you physically fit by being on your feet most of the day. Nurses also see firsthand the terrible effects of smoking, alcohol, and other lifelong bad habits. Nurses can sometimes help people avoid these things just by talking to them. So who knows, by the time I reach my goal of becoming a registered nurse, I may be doing some of the things doctors are doing today. The person who made me want to become a registered nurse so much was my mother. She works as the head of outpatient surgery at Mercy Hospital. Hey, I may not be the next Florence Nightingale, but I know if I am a nurse, I will have helped a lot of people in my career. Thank you for your time and attention.
My name is Lauren Roberts, and when I grow up, my dream is to become an author like Beverly Cleary, one of my favorite authors. Writing allows me to put my imagination and everyday thoughts into an adventure that people can enjoy, which makes me happy. It would be great doing something I really love while making money at the same time. I think writing is a great way of sharing ideas. Even if a story is for entertainment, you can still be learning something at the same time, like history, about different countries, or about different people's personalities. I'm planning to become a successful author by taking writing classes, reading other good authors' books, going to workshops, and talking with other successful authors. I know being an author is going to be hard work and that I'll really have to get myself organized, but I think it's a job that I would really enjoy.
Hello, my name is Lynch, and I have a question for you. Do you know what an environmental lawyer is? Well, I didn't know either, but when I found out, I knew that's what I wanted to be. For your reference, an environmental lawyer fights against things such as pollution and rainforest depletion. To achieve a goal like this one requires college. I plan to attend the University of Michigan for 4 years and then go on to law school for 3 to 4 years. In college, I will study law, environment, and how they mix. I will have to take special courses and training programs which will prepare me for the court of law. I believe and know I would be a successful environmental lawyer because I try my best, I'm fair, honest, and most importantly, I believe in myself. I would like to be an environmental lawyer because I would like to be a lawyer and I want to try my best to save the environment so it fits. For now, I'm preparing myself by playing the part of secretary in the Young Environmentalist Club. We're trying our best to save the earth. My inspiration came from Mr. Tim Lozen, a local environmental lawyer and our former mayor. I think he's a top-notch environmental lawyer because he fights for what he believes in, and I know I'm capable of that too. He said, to do successfully in this field, you need to know the environment and its procedures. From there, you can go ahead with it, he also informed me. I seriously believe I can make a big positive difference in today's grim situation of the environment. I'm much looking forward to the day when I can fulfill my dream as being an environmental lawyer. This all adds up to one thing. To be an environmental lawyer would accomplish and achieve a major goal in my life, and that is why I, Kellen Lynch, will become an environmental lawyer. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Faith Dorsbecker. When I grow up, I would like to be an animator. Animators are like cartoonists, but instead they draw a whole series of pictures. They're schooling. Animators must attend art school or motion picture school to learn technical skills needed to make films. Their earnings. Freelance cartoonists or animators may earn anywhere from $50 to $10,000 per assignment, but higher figures are usually reserved for very well-known artists. My role model is Walt Disney. Walt Disney was born on December 5th, 1901. He was the youngest of five. In Marcine, Missouri is where he started to make his drawings. He went to Chicago Academy of Fine Arts for his secondary education. The most famous story was on the train where Disney first designed Mickey Mouse. Thank you.
Excellence can be attained if you care more than others think is wise, risk more than others think is safe, and dream more than others think is practical, accept more than others think is possible, is quoted by one-time Olympic figure skater Christy Durst. I hope to attain excellence in marine biology. Marine biology is the study of plant and animal sea life, for those of you who don't know. My goal will be hard to attain, but if I put my mind and heart to it, I know I can do it. First, I will need to get into a good college, like Harvard or UNLV. Then I will need to learn how to use all the equipment that marine biologists use to explore the ocean depths. Thirdly, I will need to get over my fear of sharks. And let me tell you, I really hate sharks. Many of you are asking, why marine biology? Because I am sick and tired of hearing about thousands and millions of animals dying of unknown sicknesses. I have many role models. Among them are my mom, my dad, and my aunts and uncles. But my ultimate role model is Dave Trevecki. Dave Trevecki is a pitcher for the San Francisco Giants. He has cancer in his pitching arm. Doctors told him he would never pitch again, but he did. He pitched many more times. He broke his arm in a game one time and had to have it amputated. The point is, he never gave up, and neither will I, Chad Oliver.
Hi, my name is Peggy Gilbert, and when I grew up, my dream is to be a stay-at-home mom and a licensed child care provider for parents who work or go to college. I would like to do this because many people need someone whom they can trust to take care of their children. I would like the luxury to be able to stay home with my own children and raise them myself. I will study child development and liberal arts in college. I will also take the required training to be licensed by the state. I will need to know about first aid, CPR, child-proofing my home, general safety, planned escape routes, and nutrition. I enjoy working with children because it is so much fun to do. The person I think is tops in providing child care is my mom. Someday I hope I can be just like her. I like my mom being home because I don't like coming home to a babysitter. She's there when I want to tell her about a good or bad day, or to share a grade or something neat that we did at school. She's free to go on field trips and help at school with projects. Every child needs a safe and loving place to be, and I want to be the person to provide this valuable service to children and their parents. I will have fun nurturing them and watching them grow. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Katie Gursky. Crime is now and will be a problem for the future. There are many ways we can all help fight crime. As citizens, we can watch out for others, be more respectful of other people's property, and make sure our homes are more secure. Another choice is to become a professional in the field of law enforcement. My goal in life is to become a member of the Sheriff's Department. As a member of the Sheriff's Department, you would have to work well with others, handle problems, and be ready for them. I will achieve this goal by staying in school, going to college, and taking classes in law enforcement and criminal justice. As a deputy, honesty, courage, and a complete understanding of the law are necessary for the job. Also, to be fair, courteous, and understanding to those in the community you deal with, as well as being firm when you have to, like Deputy Matt Paulus. As a road patrol officer for the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department, Deputy Paulus uses these skills to do his job of serving and protecting our community. The support I have from my family will greatly help me achieve my goal of serving and protecting my fellow citizens of my community. Thank you very much for your time and your interest. I'm Katie Gursky.
A round of applause for these fine contestants. I'm sure all of you are breathing a sigh of relief that you do not have to be a judge. And at this point in time, we'll take a short intermission for the judges to convene, tally the scores, and we will then come back and announce the winners. We will also be serving compliments of McDonald's punch and cookies out in the lobby area. We'll then take that time for the kids to relax a little bit before we come back in. So at this time, we'll start our short intermission. Ms. Parikh. Rustin Parikh, would you stay up here, please? The number 2 winner is Evans. And number 1, Roche.
From Roosevelt, what we're going to do is we're going to have your name engraved on here, and this will go to your school, and we'll have a plaque that'll go for your home. Okay? Thank you. Standing up or have a seat?
Have a seat, please. Number 3 is Katie Burgett. Number 2 is Lauren Roberts. And number 1 is Ricky Barr.
Crawl. This trophy here, go to your school, it's a traveling trophy, and there's your name engraved on it. Go to your school and the plaque.
I'd like to say thank you to all of the teachers and the principals that helped organize this, and in particular Mr. Dave Butcher, our elementary principal representative, and Mrs. Myrtle Landers. It is important also to say thank you to each of the building career education representatives who had input into this, and particularly like to say thank you to the parents and to the wonderful students for a job that was just fantastic and great. Let's give them all a round of applause.